Hello everybody, welcome to another version of Wisdom Wednesday from Austin Dental Spa in beautiful and very hot Austin, Texas. Why would a dentist be wearing treble clef glasses, you might ask? Well, that's fair enough. It's because every month we have a theme or a motto, and this month, in the month of June, if you've been tuning in, you know that the name of the game this month is change your tune in June. We're talking about ways you can change your lifestyle habits, your sleep patterns, your eating habits to improve your life. By changing your tune, you can change your life. And so that's what we've been talking about. We've covered a couple of interesting topics. Today's going to be no different. We've got a New York Times article that came out recently talking about sleep habits and why people have trouble sleeping in the summertime compared to the winter months. But before we get to that, I wanted to remind everybody that if you check out our flyer here as you walk into the office, the American Statesman, the local newspaper, has a contest every year, Best of Austin, Texas. They do best of breakfast tacos, best place to eat outside, best place to get dry cleaners, best everything, including best dentist and best cosmetic dentist. We've won both categories. 1 year, 2 years ago, we won both of them the same year. So we're in it again, and they've again got two categories, best cosmetic dentist and best dentist. You can vote every day, not just once, but every day for about 10 days, and we're right in the middle of it. It started last week on Thursday or Friday. So once you log on once with your email address, it'll send you a reminder. It's very simple. It takes a couple of seconds to go in. We're in those two different categories, best general dentist and best cosmetic dentist. They're in two different sections, but pretty easy to navigate through. All you got to do is click and vote. We sure would appreciate your support. We won at least one of both those two categories every year that they've done this contest, and we intend to be in it to win it again this year. So thank you for your support. Go to statesman.com, best of, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. But anyway, we'd appreciate your support. So what we're going to talk about today, as I mentioned, is sleep studies, because the article in the New York Times was actually titled, "Why is my sleep so messed up in the summertime?" And there were some interesting things here that were, I thought, were interesting even after being a dentist for 40 plus years. So one of the big reasons, and of course this is the New York Times saying this, but one of the reasons, according to their research, was daylight savings time. Because as you shift the time so that it stays light later in the day, and then summer, the days are longer anyway. June 21st, which we just passed, longest day of the year. And so it's light from sun up to sundown, of course, but it's like over 12 hours that it's bright daylight. It's staying light till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night now. So that daylight savings time shifts the time that it gets dark to later in the evening, and so your body can't produce melatonin until it starts getting dark. So if you're outdoors or if you've got your windows open, especially in Texas in the summertime, it's going to be light later, and so it takes your body a little more time to gear down and get ready to go to sleep. Your body produces a substance called melatonin that comes from the pineal gland in the center of the brain, and that is what helps you go to sleep. Travelers know this because if they change time zones, most travelers I know that are heavy travelers take melatonin with them, and they take it when they get on the plane at the time that wherever they're going to, people are going to sleep. So it helps them sleep on the plane, and when they get there, they're more refreshed. And so that's something we'll be bringing up again in a little bit. Warm weather is reason number 2, because it definitely gets warmer in the summertime, and it stays warmer later in the evening, and your body needs to cool down to get ready to go to sleep. It's kind of a thing from back in the caveman days. When it got cold at night, they started getting sleepy. And so in the wintertime, people don't have that much trouble going to sleep, because it not only got dark earlier, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, but it got cold as soon as the sun went down. And so they had to climb in their bed, pull the blankets on, just to stay warm. But that cooler weather helped them sleep better and stay asleep longer. Well, in the summertime, you're staying hot and your body temperature is elevated later in the day, so it's harder to get a good night's sleep. What's another reason? I hadn't thought about this one. More vibrant social life. People stay out later, they party a little more, everybody's in vacation mode this time of the year. 4th of July is coming up in 2 weeks, and so according to the New York Times, it translates to more socializing, more drinking, and eating late at night. And all of these activities with holidays, we had Memorial Day, we have 4th of July, we just had Juneteenth, which is now a national holiday. So all these things can contribute to you eating later, sleeping later, body heat elevated later, and so you have more trouble having a good night's sleep. So here's 6 ways that the New York Times staff came up with to help you improve your sleep in the summertime. One is pretty simple. Stick to a consistent sleep pattern. Try to go to bed at the same time, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever it is, 9 p.m. for some people, and wake up at the same time. And your body gets into that rhythm, what scientists call a circadian rhythm, of light and dark influenced day and night times. People that work at night have a lot of trouble if they don't black out their windows or get the blackout curtains. They have trouble sleeping during the day, and they work at night, so their body's clocks get way off. But that's one way to do it, is try to get consistent on a nightly basis, even on the weekends, of going to sleep at the same time and waking up at the same time. Second, let the sun shine in. It's like the old Fifth Dimension, let the sun shine. Well, and when you get up in the mornings, open the blinds, let the sun shine in. The sooner you wake your body up and expose it to the daylight, the melatonin goes away in your body, which is already waning after you've been asleep for 8 hours anyway. But that sunshine, your body reacts to it. And so a clinical psychologist at the Penn Sleep Center said daytime sunlight cues your body that it's time to be alert, and it strengthens your circadian clock, which is what we talked about earlier, your internal clock that determines whether you're asleep or awake. Number 3, set the mood. 1 or 2 hours before bedtime, make it a point to dim the lights, which will trigger your body's natural production of melatonin, which we've already talked about. Don't forget to shut off electronic devices, because your phone and your tablet and even your PC, they give off a blue light, and that's just as harmful as daylight as far as your body producing melatonin and trying to get ready to go to sleep. It keeps you alert. They do have glasses that filter out those blue lights, so you can order some of those on Amazon if you're going to determine to look at your laptop computer or your phone right before you go to bed at night. But this doctor from Penn Sleep Center says, hey, just try to cut off all those appliances, dim the lights at home, cover the windows, and play some nice quiet music, or kind of go into night mode. Some computers actually do have a night mode. I know my phone does, so that it dims the screen so that you're not emitting so much of that bright blue light. Of course, then I can't see anything, so I turned it up full bright. So I just try to stay away from the phone for the last hour or so. But if you put the lights low, do something kind of relaxing, just kind of get into quiet mode and get ready for bed. Of course, they say don't eat a meal within 3 hours of bedtime, and don't drink alcohol, because alcohol can tend to be a stimulant for some people too close to bed, and it can disrupt your sleep. But fourth one, pay attention to your caffeine consumption. Most people, the scientists say, don't drink caffeine after lunchtime, because on a lot of people, it has a effect of keeping them even hours after they drink a cup of coffee. Now, there's a Starbucks right across the parking lot, and I see a line just as long at the end of the day with people getting their iced coffee drinks as I do at the beginning of the day when they're drinking more of the heavy duty stuff. So you know by now your own body's reactions to caffeine, but if it keeps you awake, don't drink it after lunch. Number 5, cool down your bedroom. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. In the wintertime, you don't have to worry about it so much, but in the summertime, if you cool your bedroom down, and of course, these guys are in New York, but they said, cool your bedroom down to between 60 and 67 degrees. Well, you get thrown in jail in Texas for cooling it down that cool, because of course, nobody's going to know, but really, they're telling us in Texas to keep our thermostats at 78 at night, and I'm like, mine's down at 72, so don't turn me in. Anyway, crank up the AC, and it helps you sleep at night. Number 6, avoid distractions. This is a good one, which I had not thought of, but you can wear like eye shades, noise canceling, earplugs, a pink noise machine or a white noise machine that give you that kind of sound. A ceiling fan works well. It's got a little bit of a hum. Any kind of fan, anything like that can just kind of drown out like outside music or outside noise, sirens and that sort of thing, planes flying over. So any of those 6 things might help you get a better night's sleep if you're having trouble sleeping in the summertime. Hope that's been helpful information. My health tip of the week, if you've tuned in before, you know we always do a health tip. It's try some of these tips. Cool down your bedroom. Set the mood for sleep by dimming the lights. And you might even try adding some magnesium into your diet or into your water. There's a product called Calm, C-A-L-M, that's a powder that you just dump into your water, and it has a magnesium boost in it. And for some people, again, we're all different, but you might try it if you've never tried that before. Commercially available. And try some of these tips and see if they don't help you get some sleep at night. I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you next week for the last June version of Wisdom Wednesday, and then we're into July. So see you then.